Humans have always looked to the stars. We have gazed at the night sky with wonder. For centuries we dreamed of traveling beyond our world. Now, that dream is slowly turning into a reality for more than just a handful of specially trained astronauts. Space tourism is no longer a distant fantasy confined to the pages of science fiction novels or the silver screen. It is an emerging industry, buzzing with excitement and innovation, promising to open up the wonders of the cosmos to private citizens. The journey has just begun, but the destination is the universe itself. Imagine floating in a state of complete weightlessness, feeling an unparalleled sense of freedom. Picture yourself looking out of a window, not at clouds or mountains, but at the magnificent curved Earth suspended in the blackness of space. This is the profound, life-altering experience that space tourism offers, a chance to see our home planet as a delicate, interconnected sphere. This unique perspective, often called the overview effect, is a powerful draw for those seeking adventure and a deeper understanding of our place in the universe. It's a journey that changes not just your location, but your entire outlook on life. The industry dedicated to making these extraordinary journeys possible is growing at an astonishing pace. New companies are constantly joining the race, each with its own vision for how to ferry passengers to the final frontier. They are developing innovative spacecraft, pushing the boundaries of technology, and investing billions in the hope of making space accessible. This isn't just about thrill-seeking, it's about pioneering a new era of exploration and connection with the cosmos. The competition is fierce, but it fuels progress, bringing us closer to the stars. This grand adventure is no longer exclusively for government-selected astronauts who undergo years of rigorous training. The doors are beginning to open for adventurers, for curious explorers, for scientists, artists, and everyday people who have always yearned to touch the void. The final frontier, once an impenetrable barrier, is slowly becoming a destination. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our unyielding desire to explore the unknown. The cosmos awaits, and we are finally taking our first steps as a species of spacefarers. The business of sending people to space for leisure and experience is truly taking off. It's reminiscent of the early days of commercial aviation, a time when flying was a novelty reserved for the wealthy and adventurous, but one that eventually transformed how we connect across the globe. Experts in the field are predicting massive growth for space tourism. They see a future where trips beyond Earth's atmosphere become increasingly common, driven by technological advancements and a growing appetite for unique experiences. This isn't just a niche market, it's the dawn of a significant economic sector. Let's consider the financial projections. The numbers are quite astounding. According to a report by Research and Markets, the space tourism industry is on a trajectory to be worth a staggering £6.3 billion by the year 2030. That's a colossal amount of money, indicating strong confidence from investors and a clear signal of the market's potential. This financial boom will likely fund further research and development, potentially making space travel safer, more frequent, and perhaps one day more affordable for a wider range of people. We are witnessing the birth of a multi-billion-pound industry. And what about the number of travelers? How many individuals are expected to embark on these incredible journeys? Data from Northern Sky Research offers an exciting glimpse into this future. They estimate that around 60,000 passengers could travel to space over the next decade. That's a significant number of new space explorers, each with their own story and perspective to bring back to Earth. Imagine the collective experiences and the impact this could have on our global consciousness. This isn't just a handful of pioneers, it's a growing community of space travelers. This anticipated growth signifies more than just an increase in flights and revenue. It means more opportunities for scientific research, for technological breakthroughs that could benefit life on Earth, and for inspiring the next generation of scientists, engineers, and dreamers. It suggests that our relationship with space is evolving, moving from distant observation to active participation. The sky, as we once knew it, is no longer the limit. It's merely a waypoint on a much grander journey into the cosmos. One of the most prominent names forging the path in this new era of space tourism is Blue Origin. This ambitious company was founded in the year 2000 by Jeff Bezos, the visionary behind Amazon. Their primary vehicle for suborbital tourist flights is a sleek, reusable rocket system named New Shepard. This rocket is designed to take passengers just beyond the internationally recognized boundary of space, offering them a taste of the cosmos and a breathtaking view of our planet. Blue Origin is focused on making spaceflight a more common experience. The New Shepard system is a marvel of modern engineering. It's a fully autonomous vehicle, meaning there are no pilots on board. The entire flight is controlled by sophisticated computers. The capsule atop the rocket can comfortably seat 6 passengers. During its journey, it ascends vertically, accelerating to speeds around 3 times the speed of sound, eventually crossing the Kármán line. This imaginary line, located 100 kilometers or about 62 miles above Earth's mean sea level, is widely accepted as the point where outer space begins. It's a short trip, but one that delivers an unforgettable experience. A particularly noteworthy event for Blue Origin occurred on April 14, 2025. On this day, the company successfully launched its first all-female space crew. This historic flight included civil rights activist Amanda Nguyen, aerospace engineer Aisha Bowe, the renowned singer Katy Perry, CBS Mornings co-host Gayle King, film producer Carrie Ann Flynn, and Jeff Bezos' fiancée Lauren Sanchez. Their 11-minute journey allowed them to experience several precious minutes of weightlessness, floating freely inside the capsule and witnessing the Earth's curvature. This flight highlighted a commitment to inclusivity in space exploration. The experience aboard New Shepard is designed to be thrilling, yet relatively gentle. After reaching its peak altitude, the capsule detaches from the booster and begins its descent. Passengers can unbuckle and float around the cabin, gazing through large windows at the Earth below and the blackness of space above. The return journey concludes with a soft parachute landing in the West Texas desert, near their launch facility, Launch Site 1. While the cost of the first auctioned seat was a hefty £23 million, the company aims to make these flights more accessible over time. Another key pioneer in the burgeoning field of commercial spaceflight is Virgin Galactic, founded by the adventurous entrepreneur Sir Richard Branson. Their approach to reaching space is quite distinct from vertical rocket launches. They utilize a sophisticated system involving a large custom-built carrier aircraft known as the Mothership, and a sleek spaceplane called Spaceship Two, with VSS Unity being one of their operational vehicles. This method offers a different kind of ascent and experience for aspiring space tourists, blending aviation with rocketry. The journey with Virgin Galactic begins like a conventional airplane flight, albeit with a much larger and more powerful mothership. This carrier aircraft, named White Knight 2, takes off horizontally from a runway, carrying Spaceship Two nestled beneath its central wing. It climbs to an altitude of around 15,000 meters, approximately 50,000 feet. Once at this release altitude, Spaceship Two detaches from the mothership. A few moments later, its powerful hybrid rocket motor ignites, propelling the spaceplane and its occupants on a steep climb towards the stars. The spaceplane accommodates 6 passengers and 2 highly skilled pilots. The entire flight with Virgin Galactic, from takeoff to landing, lasts approximately 2.5 hours. During the rocket-powered ascent, passengers experience significant G-forces, adding to the thrill of the ride. Upon reaching suborbital space, the rocket motor shuts down, and passengers can unbuckle their seatbelts to enjoy 3 to 6 minutes of precious zero gravity. They can float around the cabin, perform somersaults, and gaze out of the numerous windows at the stunning panorama of Earth's curvature against the inky blackness of space. The current price for this extraordinary experience is around £405,500 per seat. Virgin Galactic has already achieved several notable milestones, proudly stating that they now fly to space on a monthly basis. They have carried the first female astronauts from the Caribbean, the youngest person to venture into space, and even the first Olympian. Sir Richard Branson himself, ever the showman, has expressed his intention to travel to space for his 80th, 90th, 100th, and even 110th birthdays, underscoring his long-term commitment. After its brief sojourn in space, Spaceship Two glides back through the atmosphere and lands smoothly like a conventional airplane at Spaceport America in New Mexico. Section 5, SpaceX orbiting Earth and dreaming of Mars. SpaceX, under the visionary leadership of Elon Musk, stands as a titan in the aerospace industry, and its ambitions in space tourism are as grand as its other endeavors. While Blue Origin and Virgin Galactic focus on suborbital flights, SpaceX is aiming higher and longer. They utilize their powerful and proven Dragon spacecraft, launched atop Falcon 9 rockets, and are developing the even more colossal Starship system. Their offerings cater to those seeking more extended stays in orbit and perhaps one day, journeys to other celestial bodies. SpaceX provides a range of experiences far beyond the brief taste of weightlessness offered by suborbital flights. Their missions can include multi-day trips orbiting the Earth, allowing passengers to experience life in space for a more significant duration. They also facilitate 10-day excursions to the International Space Station, providing a unique opportunity to live and work alongside professional astronauts aboard the orbiting laboratory. Understandably, these more complex and lengthy missions come with a much higher price tag, with seats for ISS trips costing around £45 million. It's important to note the collaborative nature of some of these ventures. For instance, Axiom Space, a company focused on building the world's first commercial space station, utilizes SpaceX's rockets and Dragon capsules to transport its private astronauts to the ISS. Axiom has already successfully completed 3 such missions, demonstrating a viable pathway for private citizens to engage in orbital spaceflight and research. This partnership model is crucial for expanding access to space and fostering a diverse ecosystem of space-related enterprises. Looking further into the future, SpaceX's plans are nothing short of revolutionary. They are not just content with Earth orbit. Their long-term vision includes tourist trips that could circumnavigate the moon, offering an entirely new perspective on our celestial neighbor. And of course, there's the ultimate goal, establishing a human presence on Mars. Beyond interplanetary travel, SpaceX also envisions using its Starship for ultra-fast point-to-point travel on Earth, whisking up to 100 passengers between major global cities like Shanghai to New York in a mere 40 minutes, by briefly arcing through low Earth orbit. Section 6. The price of the view, environmental questions for a new frontier. While the prospect of opening up space to more people is undeniably exciting, this new frontier of tourism comes with significant environmental questions that we cannot ignore. The awe-inspiring journey to see Earth from above has a terrestrial cost. We must carefully consider the impact of these launches on our planet's delicate atmosphere and ecosystems. The pursuit of cosmic vistas should not come at the expense of the very home we are looking down upon. This is a critical conversation for the industry and for all of us. Launching rockets, by their very nature, requires immense amounts of energy and involves burning substantial quantities of fuel. This process releases various substances into the atmosphere, including carbon dioxide, water vapor, soot, and other chemicals which can have detrimental effects. One recent model highlighted the concerning scale of this impact, estimating that the carbon dioxide emissions attributable to a single space tourist on one launch could be roughly 100 times those of a passenger on a long-haul commercial airplane flight. That's a considerable carbon footprint for a brief experience. The profound emotional impact of seeing Earth from space can also bring a stark realization of its fragility. William Shatner, famous for his role as Captain Kirk in Star Trek, experienced this firsthand during his Blue Origin flight. He described his view of space not with elation, but with an overwhelming sadness. Contrasting the cold, black emptiness of space with the warm, nurturing Earth, he felt a deep grief for our planet and the ongoing destruction of its environment. He shared in his 2022 book, Boldly Go, that the experience felt like attending a funeral for Earth. This presents a profound challenge that the burgeoning space tourism industry must address proactively and responsibly. Can we find ways to explore the cosmos without further harming our homeworld? Are there greener rocket fuels, more efficient launch technologies, or carbon offsetting strategies that can mitigate this impact? These are not just technical questions, they are ethical imperatives. The future of space tourism, and indeed our future on Earth, may depend on finding sustainable answers. The journey to the stars must also be a journey towards greater environmental stewardship. Section 7. A gentler ascent. Ballooning to the stratosphere for a cosmic glimpse. Not all journeys to the edge of space require the thunderous power of rocket engines. A different, more serene approach is being pioneered by companies offering atmospheric balloon trips. These ventures promise a gentle ascent to the upper reaches of Earth's stratosphere, providing breathtaking views and a unique experience without the extreme G-forces or the high carbon emissions typically associated with rocket launches. This offers an alternative for those seeking a calmer, more contemplative way to witness our planet from above. Companies like Space Perspective are at the forefront of this innovative travel sector. They utilize enormous high-performance balloons filled with helium, a gas lighter than air, to lift a pressurized capsule containing passengers. The ascent is remarkably gentle, typically around 19 kilometers per hour, allowing for a smooth and comfortable ride. While these balloons do not technically reach outer space, they travel far higher than any commercial airplane, reaching altitudes where the curvature of the Earth is clearly visible, and the sky above turns a deep, dark blue. The experience aboard these stratospheric balloons is designed for luxury and comfort. Trips can last between 6 to 8 hours, giving passengers ample time to soak in the views. The capsules are often equipped with amenities such as dining areas, bars for drinks, Wi-Fi for sharing the experience, music, and even a proper restroom. Space Perspective began its commercial flights from Florida in 2024, with seats costing around £103,000. Another company, Worldview, offers similar experiences, launching from iconic locations like the Great Barrier Reef, with prices around £41,250 per seat. Other players are also entering this market. Zefalto, based in France, plans to offer balloon trips by 2025, complete with gourmet French meals, wine tasting, and even professional photography courses, at a price point of around £104,000 per person. Halo Space, launching from Spain, offers a similar trip at a comparable price. In Japan, Iwaya Giken has developed a microcapsule designed for one passenger and a pilot, launching from Hokkaido and rising 25 kilometers into the stratosphere over 2 hours, with an initial cost of around £132,920. A key advantage is that no special passenger training is required for these balloon flights, though the use of helium, a finite resource, does raise some sustainability questions. Section 8, Your Room with a View. Hotels in orbit and extended stays. What if a few minutes, or even a few hours in space simply isn't enough? For those who dream of longer sojourns among the stars, the next grand ambition in space tourism is the development of orbital hotels. Imagine waking up each morning to the unparalleled spectacle of Earth rotating slowly beneath you, or enjoying a meal while continents drift by outside your window. This is the vision driving companies to design and plan for habitable structures in orbit, moving beyond short trips to offer extended stays in the cosmos. Above Space Development Corporation is one such company with ambitious plans for orbital hospitality. They are working on the Pioneer Station, which they hope could be operational as early as later in 2025. This initial station is projected to be capable of hosting up to 28 guests at a time, offering a boutique hotel experience in low Earth orbit. If successful, Pioneer Station would represent a significant milestone, becoming the first dedicated commercial hotel in space, paving the way for more elaborate orbital habitats. Beyond the Pioneer Station, Above Space Development Corporation has an even more audacious project in mind, the Voyager Station. This is conceived as a much larger, more luxurious space resort designed to accommodate up to 400 guests. The plans for Voyager Station include many of the amenities one might expect from a high-end terrestrial resort, such as restaurants, bars, and recreational facilities, potentially even including a zero-gravity basketball court. Construction for this ambitious endeavor is tentatively set to begin in 2026, signaling a long-term commitment to orbital living. A crucial technological feature for these proposed space hotels, especially for longer stays, is the incorporation of artificial gravity. While experiencing weightlessness is a key attraction of space travel, prolonged exposure can have negative physiological effects. By designing stations that rotate to create centrifugal force, a semblance of gravity can be produced, making extended stays more comfortable and mitigating some of the health concerns. This bold vision for the future of hospitality could transform our relationship with space, making living and working off-planet a tangible reality for more people. Section 9. From Gagarin's leap to our stellar future. The journey continues. Our journey towards becoming a spacefaring species truly began with one courageous leap into the unknown. On that historic day, April 12, 1961, Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin became the first human to venture into outer space and orbit the Earth. His 108-minute flight aboard Vostok 1 was a monumental achievement, a testament to human ingenuity and bravery. Gagarin's flight didn't just break the bonds of Earth's gravity, it shattered preconceived notions of what was possible and opened a new chapter in human exploration, showing us that the stars were within our reach. Now, more than 6 decades later, we find ourselves standing on the precipice of another transformative era in space exploration. The seeds sown by Gagarin and the early space pioneers are blossoming into the vibrant field of space tourism. A new generation of companies, driven by visionary entrepreneurs and brilliant engineers, are pushing the boundaries of technology and commerce. They are working tirelessly to make the dream of space travel accessible in ways that Gagarin and his contemporaries could perhaps only have imagined, democratizing the ultimate high ground. The spectrum of experiences being offered or developed is truly remarkable. We see everything from relatively brief, exhilarating suborbital hops that allow passengers to touch the edge of space and experience weightlessness, to multi-day orbital journeys around our planet. There are gentle balloon rides to the Stratosphere, offering serene views and ambitious plans for luxurious space hotels, and even tourist expeditions to the Moon and eventually, Mars. The pace of innovation is breathtaking, fueled by a renewed global interest in space and the incredible potential it holds. Of course, significant challenges remain on this cosmic journey. Environmental concerns regarding rocket emissions must be addressed with sustainable solutions. The high costs currently associated with space travel need to decrease to make it truly accessible to a broader audience. Yet the intrinsic human desire to explore, to venture into the unknown, and to see our home world from that unique, awe-inspiring perspective remains a powerful driving force. The final frontier is no longer a distant dream, it is an invitation, and humanity is, at long last, beginning to RSVP. What an extraordinary time to be alive, looking up at the stars with newfound anticipation.